Welcome to Making Herstory. This isn't polished success stories. This is the fire, the chaos, the gut punch truth of women who refuse to play small. The real, feral stories. The messy, bold, audacious stories that flip the table and set shit on fire. This is where we roar. It's Ashley Crabb. Buckle up, babe. We're making herstory. Women are not made in single strokes. We are carved in layers, chapters, contradictions, and truth. You are a multitude on purpose. In case we haven't met yet, my name's Ashley Crabb. I'm the only story-driven experience curator who helps women turn their raw, unpolished truths into brands, communities, events, movements that make women actually feel something. My work lives at the intersection of story, belonging, visibility, and identity, helping women build spaces and experiences rooted in who they are, not who they were told to be. And today we are talking about something women have been taught to hide over and over again, things we have been conditioned to hide for generations, and that is complexity, our fullness, our handcrafted multitudes. And I want to say something right out of the gate. You are allowed to be everything at once, and every single part of you is worthy. This is not a permission slip. This is your reminder of what is already true. Because along the way, you and I have been sold this idea that we have to choose. You have to choose. Motherhood or ambition, softness or success, faith or spirituality, rules or self-expression, logic or intuition, being the caretaker or the creator. You have to choose. You have to stay there. Don't you dare make it complicated. Don't you dare start wishing you could be both and. It is one or the other. And I know me personally, like I internalized that so deeply for all of my life, right? But it became so very apparent to me in motherhood. And I think so many of us internalize this feeling and we start slowly amputating parts of ourselves just so that we can be understood, just so that we can be palatable, just so we can fit inside someone else's narrative of being enough. And we all know this truth, this fact is that women weren't made to be simple. We were never meant to be simple human beings. We were literally made to be these vast, layered, multidimensional beings in our complexity. We were made to be the and or, right? And I think a great place to start with this idea is thinking about being one of one. Being one of one. And when I say being one of one, I am not necessarily talking about like your talents or your skills or like your authority within the business space, the entrepreneurial space, the human space. Like that's not the idea of one that I am talking about. I am talking about the truth that your specific combination of all of those things, of your talents, of your passions, of your skills, but also the combination of your story, your soul, your desires, your experience, pain, faith, fire, like none of those existed before you. None of those exist now. Like, none of those combinations will ever exist again. You are not a carbon copy. You are not like a category. You are not some simplified brand of a woman. Like, you are a fingerprint. You are a blueprint. You are this divine original, and there is no other version of that. There is no other version of you. You are one of one. And I think that is one of the most powerful things that you can remember about yourself. Because we need to be honest, when we do not recognize the power that we have within ourselves, being one of one, you are shrinking yourself. You are shrinking yourself, and shrinking yourself is fucking exhausting. Shrinking yourself makes you resentful. It makes you lonely. It makes you question your worth and what you value. Shrinking and not recognizing the power within yourself disconnects you from yourself. It disconnects you from who you are. When you deny parts of who you are, you start disappearing from your own story. You start disappearing in your own life. And women, humans, all of us, like, we deserve a life that we can feel on the inside. Like, we deserve a life that we can truly embody, right? And deserving is probably something else we can talk about, but I'm not the dictionary here. But like, you do deserve that. Like, if you are acting within goodness, with kindness, with love, like if you are helping others, like, you deserve that energy. There we go. That's the nail on the head. You deserve the energy and vibration of life that you put out into the world. And I think, like, some of us need to hear this a little bit more, a little bit louder, but like, you weren't built in fragments. Like, you weren't built of these fragmented, random ass pieces. Like, you were built in fullness, right? You weren't built in a complicated sort of way. You were built complete. Like, your creativity, your ambition, your intuition, your nurturing, your leadership, all of these things that fuel you, that add fuel to your fire, like, you were born already with that. Like, I truly believe that when you recognize you are a multitude of a human being, you are recognizing that you were designed to get to be all of the things. You were designed to get to be the and both, right? And we can talk about this, like, I think we're taught to pick a side so often, because if we don't pick a side, like, we're not giving everything 100%, right? Like, if we think about the connections we're making and the community we're building, what we believe our purpose is, and the legacy that we are building, we are so often taught that it has to just live in one place, right? Like, you have to just let all of that live in one place, and it has to be one identity. But like, your full identity encompasses every single role that you carry. It encompasses every single layer of what you want to expand on, right? Like, every single part of this is a chapter that is adding to your story and the legacy that you are building. And so this idea of being created, being built in a very full way has been on my mind so much, because the last 5-6 months have been like this really big kind of journey, right? But like, I want to say something in full transparency. I am not just one thing. Like, I have been focusing so much in the last couple of months of being and both and. I am not just one thing. I am a mother. I am a businesswoman. I am a wife. I am a friend. I am a daughter. I am a sister. I'm a storyteller. I'm a believer. I'm an author. I'm a creative. I'm a visionary. Like, I am a woman who carries so much fire and softness in her at the same time. And I would tell you that I don't choose between these identities, but I did choose between these identities. My twins are 3.5 years old, and I just told you the last 5 months have been an extreme journey. So for the first 3 years of my kids' lives, like, I fought the multitude of self. Like, I fought the multitudes within me, because I thought, oh, I have these kids, right? I have to be 100% a stay-at-home mom all the time. That's what I am. Like, that is my purpose now. Like, my only purpose now is to be a mother to these children and a wife to my husband. And that is probably going to trigger some people, but it really was something that I blame social media on this. Granted, I have free will, but I blame social media on this, because this is what you see on social media. You see women telling other women that you have to choose one. It's the or life. And then you see, I can literally see women fighting the multitudes inside of them. I feel like I really put myself in this position where I was choosing between identities. I was immersing myself in content that told me I have to choose motherhood or anything else, really. And it made me want to give up my business. It made me want to give up time to myself. It made me want to give up community and growth. And it made me want to give up so much, because I thought I had to throw away all of these different layers of me in order to be a good mother. I was ready to do it. Like, I was ready to just put all of my other multi-dimensions behind me and say, fuck it. And I would tell you that I don't choose between my identities, right? I don't choose between my multitudes, but that would be a lie, because for the first 3 years of my kids' lives, like, I literally thought I had to give up every other identity of myself besides mother. I felt like I had to choose between mother or business, mother or woman in the community, mother or author. Like, I came to this conclusion that in order to be a good mom, I had to get rid of everything else that wasn't like mom mode. That wasn't mom mode, right? And that is like a whole nother episode too, because I was ready to give like everything up. I was ready to really give up on wanting to be like an impactful member of my community. I was ready to give up wanting to own my business and be an entrepreneur. I was ready to not publish my children's book, of all things, which is literally for my children. I really did choose between my identities, and I was not a happy mom. If I'm being completely honest with you, I was not a happy mom, and it was because I was denying all of the things that made me me. and a great human being, and all of the things that I could bring into my journey of motherhood that would just amplify it. And yes, we all know that there are also things that, when we become moms, we learn and we grow and we shift and we change a lot, right? But like, I can coexist. I can coexist as a mother and a business owner. I can coexist as a mother and a community member. I can coexist as a mother and an author. Like, they create each other. They strengthen each other. And they do the same thing for you, because you have your own multitudes. Like, you just haven't been given the space and the room and the experiences to honor them. And I want that to end here, because I am on a mission to create a movement for women, of women who are made of multitudes, who are not just one thing. They are women with many identities, many gifts, many truths, many callings. Like, this movement, this room is where every single one of you belong. These are where your contradictions make sense, where your identities meet together, where the story and legacy that you are building is a form of wealth, where your multi-dimensionality is the whole damn point. Because like I said before, I want this to be a line that is rooted inside of you. You are allowed to be everything at once, and every part of you is worthy. That is truly what it means to be a multitude woman. That is what it means to be one of one. That is what it means to be wealthy in your identity. If this episode cracked something open inside of you, I want to hear from you. I would be honored if you would follow along, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, share it with a woman whose multitudes deserve to be seen, right? And I would love to hear from you in the comments of the podcast. Message me on Instagram at It's Ashley Crabb. I want you to tell me one identity, role, version of yourself that you are ready to honor again. What part of your story are you ready to honor? And if you're feeling like going balls to the walls and you want to share your story out loud with everyone, send me a message. Let's see if we vibe. Let's see if we can get you on the podcast. Because we are building these chapters together. This is a movement we are building together. Your voice matters here. This is where we get to expand, right? Because when women bring all of themselves to the room, when all of you shows up to the party, like, you don't just make a shift in yourself. You make a shift for every woman. You redefine what it means to show up as yourself in your truth. You build belonging and meaning at a deeper level, and we shake the freaking earth. I am so glad to have had you here today, and I'll catch you next week. You've been listening to Making Her Story. Remember, your story isn't optional. It's your fire, your power, and the heartbeat of every space you build. So take up space, tell it raw, and keep building the kind of legacy that can't be ignored. It's Ashley Crabb, and I'll be back with more bold, brave, feral stories soon. And if you want to stay feral with me, hit subscribe, share this with your sisters, and let's make herstory louder together.